I've gone ahead and sanded down some of the cabs that I was working on. You can see I've got the expandable drum put back on. I've sanded these things 120, 220, 400, and 600. I've also got the polishing pad on. I'm using red felt, and the reason I'm using red is because that's what my wife had handy when I needed felt. It's just this is regular hobby grade felt you can buy at any hobby store, probably at Walmart. I'm not sure, but anyway, these four cabs I've got here have been sanded down and they're ready to polish. So I'm going to put the camera down, get it set up, and then I'm going to go ahead and polish these four. I think we're going to have some good cabs here. And we're going to go ahead and polish them up, and we'll see how they come out. Okay, we're going to turn her on. Let me make sure I got it on the, I got to change her to the low speed. There, we're on low speed now. We're going to turn her on. Bring my chair down here. I'm going to put a little water on it. I don't know if you can see. I'm hitting that with the spray bottle. Rub her in a little, get it nice and damp. Going to apply a little cerium oxide to it. We're ready to go. Get her with a little more water. It's pretty wet right now. It'll dry out some. This red felt doesn't last very long, and actually when it wears out and I'm out of it, I'll buy some good top quality felt, but this polishes very nicely, and no need buying felt when you got stuff that'll work. In case you're wondering, I didn't get that one docked very well while it was drying. The stick slid a little, but you can still work with it. I don't get in a hurry either when I'm cutting or polishing. Okay, I'm starting to feel a little bit of a pull right now. Most people think that when you can feel that pull is when it's really polishing nice. I'm not sure. I just think it takes time. You got that cerium rubbing across your rock. It's gonna polish. That's looking like it's doing a pretty good job. I'm gonna give it a little more time. Okay, I think that one's good enough. Go to the next one. Put a little bit of a shine on the old girdle. Down, 2 to go. I don't know if I mentioned before, but when I dop, I used to use the green wax, but I'd have a lot of them pop off, and I just decided to switch to epoxy. So I just use the cheapest epoxy I can find, about $4 a tube at Walmart. But I rarely have a pop off. And when I'm done, I just stick them in a pan with some water on the stove and heat them up till they're about ready to boil, and generally they'll just come right off real easy. You can clean the back of the cab off with a knife at that time. It's easy to clean up. That was looking nice. Give him just a minute more. It's looking nice now. Maybe I can make it look fabulous. Alright, now this one, this is the cab I showed you when I was doing the first 2 parts of the video. I said I thought it was going to be really nice, and I think it's going to be really nice. When I was showing you how to do the shaping and the grinding and the doming, this is the cab I was using, so we're going to see how it comes out right now. These other cabs were ones that I had dopped up, and to me it's just a lot easier if I do 3 or 4 at a time. In fact, I had about 20 docked up. A few of them I've culled out as I went along. One of them, I developed a little soft spot right here on it, and it undercut. So I'm going to have to I'll either get rid of it or might cut it down to a smaller size. I'll have to take a look at it and see if it's worth worrying about. I try not to cut a cab unless I think it's going to be really good. I cut a lot of slabs, and I imagine one slab out of 100 I will actually cut a cab from. If you're going to sit down and cut a cab, you may as well have good material to start with. And I go to a lot of shows and stuff. Go down to the powwow in Arizona. Sometimes I go down and sell stuff down there, but generally I just go to look. And I see guys who are afraid to pay $10, $15 for a good slab. You know, the slab they might get 3 or 4 good cabs out of. And I said, man, if you're going to sit down and cut a cab, if you're going to put your time and energy and most of all your expertise into it, why in the world would you worry about paying for a good slab? Why would you waste your time and your energy on a slab that wasn't going to give you absolutely top quality results? That's why I never start cutting a cab unless I think it's going to be really good. And I've decided, my wife and I were talking the other day, I've sold a few cabs. I used to sell on eBay under the name Idaho Rockman. And I sold a few cabs for $50, $60. But, you know, for the time and energy it takes me to cut a cab, we've pretty well decided anything that I cut from now on, I'm hoping I'm going to teach my wife to cut, but I don't know. Anything we cut from now on, we're just going to sit in jewelry. If I can sell it, fine. If not, we'll put it in our time capsule. We've started a time capsule back in 1999 when everybody was worried about Y2K and everything. This one ought to be polished pretty good. I'm spending a lot of time on it talking. But we started a time capsule back in 1999, and we put newspapers from January 1 of 2000 in it, Time magazines, a lot of magazines, a lot of stamps from the 1900s are in there. We went out and bought a lot of stamps, some coins, and we were gonna actually close it up and give it to our son and have him pass it down to his kids and grandkids, and not have it open in until the year 2100. And that's still the plan, but we never sealed it. So we just keep putting stuff in it now. It's gotten so it's 2 great big old Rubbermaid containers. And we're just going to keep adding, and maybe when we feel like we're ready to croak, we'll close it up. And anyway, the idea is to seal it up and have our grandkids, great-grandkids, probably great-grandkids, open it on January 1st, 2100. Anyway, now you know more than you needed to know about us. This cab ought to really have a nice polish on it. Woo! Looks like it does. Maybe I'll go back and spend a little time on the others. because I spent a lot of time on this one and it's looking really good. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and shut off the machine and go wash these off, and we'll put you on pause for a minute and we'll see what we got. Okay, I've got them washed off and dried, and we're going to see if I can zoom in and get a close-up here. I'm not sure how close this camera focuses, but these are the 4 cabs that you just saw me polishing. They got pretty nice shine on them. These are all graveyard point plume agates. This one you're looking at now is probably the most typical. And here is the one that I was grinding and shaping in the first parts of these videos. And I think it is just a beautiful cab. In fact, I'm going to pick it up here, see if I can get the light on it better. Well, I can't tell. It looks like it's out of focus. Look at that rascal. That is a nice, nice cab. And the secret to getting a cab like that is taking your time. Okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and hope you've enjoyed the video. Hope you'll get into cutting some cabs, and well, I just think that one's gorgeous. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and bring the others up close too. I am not sure that that's in focus. That's a gorgeous graveyard point also. This is more typical of the graveyard point agates, white plumes and clear agate. I hope these things are in focus. I'm not on the screen. They're just not looking like they're too much in focus, but I guess if they're not, I'll reshoot it. All right. Talk to you later.